Well, you can't win them all, so to speak. Last week, I went 12 of 16, believe it or not. Not bad. And for most of you that have actually consistently watched the Broulis Beat Report, dating back to when I first started doing it, you know that I like to get at least 75% of the games right. Well, I did so. I went 12 for 16 in week 2 of the NFL season. And with that being said, welcome everybody to the Broulis Beat Report. I am your host, Nick Broulis. The Broulis Beat Report is brought to you, as always, by Cafe 80s. If you enjoy 80s music, you will definitely want to check out a Cafe 80s show. Go to their actual website at thecafe80s.net. Look them up on Facebook, Cafe 80s, or download that band's in-town app and just simply type in Cafe 80s. That way you can actually get email alerts letting you know when they're going to be playing near you. It is really that simple. So hopefully they'll be coming to a venue near you and you can get out there and enjoy yourself. Well, let's start out with the review segment of our Week 2, Week 3 NFL review and preview. Let's actually start out with college, as Army visited the Horseshoe to take on the Ohio State Buckeyes in a game that was really blown out starting in the second half. Final score 38-7. JT Barrett played a better game, but how about when Dwayne Haskins came in to play quarterback? He showed that rifle arm of his. That's why so many people that are Ohio State fans are just pretty much crying for Urban Meyer to make that quarterback change from JT Barrett to Dwayne Haskins. Gosh, sometimes it's a little difficult for me to actually pronounce his last name, but Haskins. Dwayne Haskins. And me personally, I've already told multiple people that if Ohio State is going to win the national title or even think about making it to the playoffs, I don't think that they're going to be able to do it with JT Barrett. I think that they need to hand the reins over to Dwayne Haskins. But here's the problem. JT Barrett has been at Ohio State for 5 years now, and I'm telling you right now, Urban Meyer's not going to make that change. So, obviously I took Ohio State, so I got that one right. Now let's jump to the NFL. Starting with Thursday Night Football, I took the Texans and I got that one right. And just for the record, in my AFC South preview, I just told the Texans, look, don't even waste your time with Tom Savage. Start Deshaun Watson. You got the defense there. You got the offense there. Just let the guy do what he needs to do, all right? Then, moving on, Bears at the Buccaneers. That game was a blowout in favor of Tampa Bay, and I took the Buccaneers. Vikings Steelers, again, I took Pittsburgh. That game was a blowout in favor of Pittsburgh. I took the Patriots over the Saints. I got that one right. Moving on to the Eagles at the Chiefs. I took the Eagles, but it was the Chiefs that ended up winning. I believe the final score was 27-20, so I got that one wrong. Believe it or not, following the Titans-Jaguars game, I thought I took Jacksonville, but I actually took Tennessee, and thankfully I did because Tennessee won, so I got that one right. Then, at Lucas Oil Field Stadium, I took the Cardinals over the Colts, and the Cardinals did win in overtime. After that, I took the Panthers over the Bills, and I got that one right. I also got the Raiders clobbering the Jets, got that one right. Dolphins, Chargers. I took the Chargers, and I got that one wrong. Come on now. 49ers at the Seahawks, I got that one right. Seattle did defeat the San Francisco 49ers. Next up, Redskins at Rams. I took the Rams, but thank you, Kirk Cousins, for throwing a near the end of the fourth quarter game-winning touchdown pass, so I got that one wrong. And then, I actually took the Broncos over the Cowboys, and wow, Denver really took it to Dallas. Woo! Wow. Packers at the Falcons. Atlanta opens up their brand new stadium. I took the Falcons. I got that one right. And then here was the one that I really got wrong. I actually took the G-Men over Detroit. And guess what? Detroit goes into MetLife Stadium and absolutely clobbers the New York Giants. So, that is it for Week 2 of the NFL. So now it's time to preview Week 3 of the NFL season. Now, before I go on, I do actually finally have up an official page for the Broulis Beat Report. All you have to do is go onto Facebook and type in The Broulis Beat Report. You will find my fan page on there. Feel free to like the page, and I just supply strictly nothing but sports information. Most of it's serious. Some of it is, just to make you laugh, something I found on Twitter, things like that. So feel free to give it a like. The Broulis Beat Report. Alright, so Week 3 of the NFL season. I'm actually going to start out with college. Then I'm going to jump to the pros, and I'm going to give you 3 questions. So here we go, starting with college. The Toledo Rockets from the MAC Conference have started out 3-0 out of the MAC West. They are at number 14, Miami of Florida, obviously. I actually am going to take number 14, Miami, to hand the Rockets their first loss of the season. Next up, Alabama, who is undefeated and number 1 in the country. They are at Vanderbilt. The only reason I picked this game is because Vanderbilt is actually 3-0 as well. Then, number 8 Michigan goes to Purdue. I'm going to take the Wolverines, who are ranked number 8 in the country. Then, Ohio State hosts UNLV is not even close to ranked. UNLV and the number 10 Ohio State Buckeyes, you better believe I'm going to take the Buckeyes. They should absolutely rout UNLV. Now let's move on to the NFL. The Thursday night game features a battle of the NFC West, where the Rams will travel to San Francisco to battle the 49ers. I'm actually going to take the 49ers just because they're at home, and I think the Rams are due for a loss. Next up, the Ravens and the Jaguars. I believe this game is in London, but I'm still going to take the Ravens in that absolutely stout defense of theirs. Next up, Giants at the Eagles for an NFC East showdown. I'm going to take the Eagles because the Giants are struggling on offense and the Eagles are at home. Next up, AFC East matchup, Dolphins at the Jets. I'm going to take Miami on that one. Broncos at the Bills. I'm actually going to take the Bills because they're at home. Saints visiting the Carolina Panthers. I'm going to take the Panthers in this one. Steelers visiting the Chicago Bears. I think Pittsburgh's going to absolutely dominate Chicago in this game. And then the Atlanta Falcons travel to Detroit. I am going to take the Detroit Lions, if you want to consider this an upset, if the Lions were to defeat the Falcons. I'm going to take the Lions. Then, Buccaneers at the Vikings. This game might be alright, but I'm going to take the Buccaneers to get a win on the road. Texans at the Patriots. I'm going to take New England. Seahawks travel to Tennessee to take on the Titans. I'm going to go with Tennessee in this one. The 0-2 Cincinnati Bengals visiting the Green Bay Packers, who are coming off a loss to the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to go with the Packers at home. Then, the red hot, and in terms of the power rankings, number 1 ranked Chiefs travel to not San Diego, but Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to take the Chargers to hand the Chiefs a loss. Then, the Sunday night game has the Oakland Raiders traveling to Washington to take on the Redskins. I'm going to take the Oakland Raiders to continue their winning ways. Then, Monday Night Football has the Dallas Cowboys visiting the Arizona Cardinals. And I am actually going to go to take the Arizona Cardinals to upset the Dallas Cowboys, if you would consider that to be an upset. Now, I'm going to give you one of 3 questions here, and you can please answer them on the Broulis Beat Report fan website. My first question to you, Browns fans, is what do you do about wide receiver Kenny Britt, and when do you pull the trigger on whatever you decide to do? Now, I'm going to let you think about that question as I take a real quick drink of water here. He has been playing very bad. Granted, it's only been 2 games, alright? But if you've seen the interview after week 1 when he dropped that pass against Pittsburgh and the way he treated the media, he acted like a 15-year-old kid. All right? So, do you wait until week 5 or 6 and then see how he's doing? That's my first question. Number 2, if Britt goes, let me ask you it this another way. If you let Britt go, what do you do to replace him? Do you use some of your draft picks and go after another team's top wide receiver or their second best wide receiver? Or do you promote one of your wide receivers that you drafted off of the practice squad or bring a wide receiver back that you let go? One of the guys that I thought played really well for the Cleveland Browns in the preseason was Richard Mullaney. Good route runner, good hands. I didn't think that he deserved to be cut. And then finally, question number 3. Should the NFL wait until at least week 6 of the NFL regular season to come out with their power rankings? They come out with them before the season even starts, and they've got the Chiefs at the top of the league right now. I think it's too early, and I think week 6 is when you have a better barometer as to which teams are actually really good and if they are really as good as what the numbers show. So those are my 3 questions for you. What do you do about Kenny Britt and when? If you do let him go, who do you bring him in to replace him? And number 3, should the NFL come out with its power rankings before week 6 of the NFL? Well, with all that being said, my name is Nick Broulis. I do appreciate you watching this edition of the Broulis Beat Report. Continue to check out fandom.com for any of my latest articles, whether they deal with the NFL or not. And until next time, have a good one, everybody.